Bigmode Jam Devlog. Hi, this video is about how I made a game for a jam in less than 4 hours. I created the assets as well, not just the game, and also submitted it. These are the final ratings of the game. It's enough for me because it was made in just 4 hours. I also plan to develop a full game using this concept. No more talking, let's get into the video. I joined this jam early, but I also joined the Boss Rush jam. I created another game called Spin for that, so I forgot to make one for this jam. As the deadline got closer, I remembered it, but by then, I had less than 5 hours left to develop the game. So I decided to make a quick game, and that's it. The game theme was Power. This is a fast-forwarded video playing at 10x speed. First, I created a new project in GDevelop and added GitHub for version control. I do this as a best practice for all my games to ensure I don't lose any progress while developing. Next, I cleared space on my desktop to record this video because I wanted to display a time counter while working on the game. To get ideas, I started Googling because I wanted to create the game assets first. I used Adobe Illustrator for this. I created a bubble as the main controllable character, spikes act as obstacles, and a yellow dashed circle for the level's endpoint. After exporting the assets, I added them to my game. However, I noticed that the bubble's opacity was too low, so I went back to Illustrator and adjusted it to look the way I wanted. I also used a GDevelop effect to add an outline stroke. Next, I added the draggable behavior to the bubble, allowing it to be dragged and dropped. Then, I made the bubble enlarges when the player holds their touch on it. I also added physics behavior, so the bubble falls due to gravity. Since a bubble isn't heavy, I set the gravity effect to be light. After that, I added a mechanic where releasing the touch or mouse button makes the bubble shrink again. This way, the player has to control how long they hold the touch. Now, I implemented game over conditions. If the bubble touches the spikes, the level ends. To enhance the gameplay, I added a small random force to the bubble whenever it's touched. This makes the bubble feel more dynamic and realistic. At this point, I searched for a bubble explosion animation, but decided to take a short break. It's morning, so I'm brushing my teeth. After the break, I worked on creating the bubble explosion animation. I did this by copying the bubble sprite and saving different versions where parts of it were erased step by step to create a disappearing effect. Then, I added the animation to Devlog. I also remade the collision masks for the sprites to improve accuracy. Next, I created new spike obstacles and made them move up and down. I then started working on the game's sound effects. I used Pixabay to find suitable music and sound effects. After downloading them, I placed them in the game. To fine-tune the audio, I used Audacity to crop some sounds. This time, I was editing the bubble touch sound. I wanted to make the touch sound random, so I added multiple variations. Now, I needed a name for the game. I asked ChatGPT for suggestions by explaining the game's mechanics. ChatGPT suggested bubble power, which I already had in mind since the Jam's theme was power, and the game features a bubble. After this confirmation from ChatGPT, I decided to go with that name. Next, I created the title screen in Illustrator and added it to my game. I also implemented a start button and made sure it was properly visible on different screen sizes. At this point, I was getting hungry, so I took a break for breakfast. But as always, time was running out. After eating, I added an end screen. I then converted my prototype into a scalable project because the next step was to create levels. I quickly designed the game levels because I had to attend an old friend's funeral. She was an artist who had passed away, and I was going with my former art teacher. While my teacher arrived at my house and my mother was making tea for him, I asked him for some extra time so I could quickly finish adding levels. I managed to add 5 levels to the game. Finally, I finished the game and prepared to upload it to itch.io. I asked ChatGPT for help with a tagline and game description. I took some screenshots for the game page. After uploading the game to itch.io, I tested it and confirmed that everything was working fine. I made a few minor adjustments to the description to improve its presentation. Then, I submitted the game to the Jam. However, when submitting to a large jam like this, I noticed that itch.io takes some time to display the entry in the submissions feed. And yeah, finally, it was done. I submitted 1 hour and 40 minutes before the deadline, and I had started the project 4 hours and 40 minutes before the deadline. So, in total, it took me around 3 hours to complete the game from scratch. You can try the game. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep playing, keep creating, and happy gaming.